For all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zola. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Oh my lord, my lord, my lord, my lord! To Acacia from Bell Collective, well done, well done, well done to you. And I hope that fucking heifer in the chat knows for her mental health that she should lay down, roll over, and take it. That you don't bring shit to nobody. That anybody gives a damn ish about. Stay in your place. Because honestly, nobody wants to make a place for you because you're not motherfucking factor. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Glad to have you here. I had to get that off my chest. Ooh, the offense just when you can't even do content. Your live tab versus mine. It would be an easy contest to whoop your ass mental. Ooh, that's why your mama named you Gray. Anyway, welcome in everybody. So listen, 3 shows in one day. I saw that Lizzo went on Keke Palmer's podcast, Baby It's Keke Palmer by Wondery, which is a division of Amazon. And I really wanted to talk about this because it's the first time that Lizzo has said anything, and I mean anything, on these essay allegations. So with that being said, Higher is waiting, Low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. Listen, my joy, my peace, and my heart is not negotiable. If you don't stand 10 toes down, other people will stand 10 toes down for you in disrespecting you. And I'm not here for the past, present, or afterlife. Moving on. All right. So let me get my notes here. Get my notes. Because it was a lot that they talked about. I mean, I took good and full notes. So basically, Keke and Lizzo are, starting to talk this at the beginning of the podcast. And so, Keke Palmer's giving the intro about Lizzo and that, she's won a Grammy and, she won an Emmy. It was interesting, though, that she didn't bring up Watch Out for the Big Girls, because here's the thing, right? What Watch Out for the Big Girls did for the plus size community as a whole was amazing. To put that on a national streaming service or 200 million subscribers, I would have promoted that, but I didn't think about that until just now. Why she did say that she got an Emmy, right? So, the EGOT, Lizzo got 2 of the letters, and Lizzo was in a play for 5 days, and Lizzo would do Broadway. She, loves hip hop, or can't do opera, but she loves it. So she chose band over theater. So, Keke was just hanging out with SZA for one of them days. It's a new movie, and this is Lizzo's first interview in a long time. And Keke feels honored that Lizzo chose her and that Lizzo wants to talk about, because so much has happened. And Lizzo said, to Keke, don't hold back. I want you to keep it real. I'm only going to do this once. So this is the one and only time that she's doing this. So with that being said, here we go. So I labeled it by section. So this section in my notes is called Year and a Half. She had to process and grow as a person. 2023 was a career high. She won Record of the Year at the Grammys for About Damn Time. First arena tour with a Watch Out for the Big Girl dancers from the show, as she was living in her dream. And then 2023, after the tour, 3 dancers blindsided Lizzo. Lizzo was deeply hurt and completely surprised because the ex-dancers did not finish the tour. So basically, what ends up happening when you go on tour, like, for example, how Taylor Swift gave those bonuses to, her team members, and shout out to Taylor Swift for doing that. So when Taylor Swift, Beyonce, I'm trying to think who else. Even Kanye West, I gotta mention him because he is big. Usher. The staff and crew of a tour is huge. Do you hear me? And so, you sign on. Most of the time, they have non-competing clauses, which means you can't get another job, right? Because you're on that main job. But like Lizzo said, the ex-dancers did not finish the tour because they quit. And she, like I said, was completely blindsided because she gave them opportunities and she liked them and respected them as dancers. And, SA and other things or types of things that the media can turn into something that's not. That's what Lizzo said. And Lizzo made a random post about cancel culture is appropriation. And hopefully we don't, dig into the well of cancel culture, that we focus on more important things. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically the gist of it. So Lizzo then makes a bombshell, or she drops a bomb rather, that she got dismissed from the case, and she is fighting the other claims in the court of law and getting the evidence, and she's fighting other claims in the court of law. And, a judge looked at the evidence and said that the evidence was evidencing against the claims. Now, here's why, I'll give you my thoughts as we go through here. So August 2023, lawsuit with dancers and production company, dance director, and Lizzo. Claims in the lawsuit are ridiculous and they are very silly claims, according to Lizzo. The SA claims are the ones that upset her the most. So there's this place in Paris, France called Crazy Horse. It is not a strip club, but it's a dance review. Topless show, kind of like Rockettes, and Keke Palmer said that she goes to strip clubs. It was an invite, but it wasn't mandatory, according to Lizzo. So basically, after the show was over, Lizzo said, "Who wants to meet the dancers?" So all of them, said yes. And so they went down. They were laughing and dancing with the dancers. And there's a video of the three dancers who sued Lizzo smiling and dancing. And Keke Palmer brought up a really good question. She said, "Do you see them as peers, even though they see you as the boss?" Because of that boss-employee relationship and the age that these dancers were and where Lizzo was, right? And so I have to agree, right? And, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, even though Lizzo got dismissed from the case, that doesn't mean that their feelings are invalid, right? And it's very dicey because there are people who are still fans of Lizzo. And at this point, listen, if Kanye West could still exist and have a career, then Lizzo could still have a career. Don't at me, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I am telling the truth. So to me, I feel that, as you are evolving in the entertainment industry, you try not to let your heart be hardened, right? You try not to be the Grinch, right? Because sometimes experiences can shrink your heart, and sometimes experiences can expand your heart, right? So that's how I feel about this situation here, that although they, were smiling and dancing, that doesn't mean that they were doing because they really wanted to. Like Keke said, it could have been, okay, well, I'm going to do this, that I can be good with Lizzo, right? So, you were not able to see how they perceived you as their boss. For them, it could be, this is my boss, I have to go, I don't see her as my homegirl. And Lizzo said that you hire your friends at first, and she did that as indie artists, and if they are not your friends, then they become your friends. The connection, of friendship in the music industry is not just in the corporate world. And that she has toured with people that have become her sisters and her best friends. And there are artists who don't talk to their dancers. And Lizzo was like, why can't we do that? Because we're all one big happy family. And now she understands why. And, I understand it and I don't, right? I understand because from the world of, talk shows and radio, what I mean? I don't like to talk to my guests before we do what we do, just like the Onyx collab. Hang on, y'all. Okay, I'll watch that a little later. Sorry, y'all. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Man, this is... sometimes the best comedy is the comedy that you know is a damn lie. I'm just looking. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. Anyway, back to our destination here. Like I said, I understand it from the point of, when it comes to radio and TV, I don't like to talk to my guests before the show. I learned that from Regis and Oprah, because if you talk to your guests before the show, then what do you have to talk about? If you talk to your guests before the show, what do you have to talk about? If you talk to your guests before the show, what do you have to talk about? So for artists not talking to their dancers, I don't believe that's because they're a mean person. If you think doing a daytime talk show or a late night talk show is one thing, then doing a concert is another, right? Because you're up there for an hour, 30 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. And so you're really giving your all in this performance. So you talking to your dancers, it ruins that chemistry of, when you do, and the Rhythm Nation, you need that energy to be with your dancers, in synchronicity. So I can understand that from that degree, right? So with that being said, how artists set boundaries, how artists to set boundaries. I put that in my notes because Lizzo does talk about, how artists, they do have those boundaries. She didn't understand before, but she understands it now. And that Keke said, we don't tell the SAG rep everything, trying to keep the job. Lizzo says she did nothing wrong and has no regrets, but this is a great lesson for what is to come. And Lizzo said that I'm not the villain, was trying to be the hero. I'm just being me. Now, I do relate to Lizzo on that, right? Because at this point, your existence can be a crime. You know what I mean? Your existence can be a crime. Your existence can be a crime. So when you're I'll put it like this: people who can't stand you, who ain't got nothing going on, and who get big mad that somebody can match their energy and check them and drag them to high heaven or low hell, they are going to look at you as the villain. But that's because that's what they want to see. And the people who look at you as a hero sees the totality of you, not just the temporariness of not just the temporariness of you. So I agreed with Liz on that. Now, I'm not the villain. I wasn't trying to be the hero. I'm just being me. And like I said in my thumbnail, Lizzo has every right to feel the way that she feels. She does. She went through it and she knows more than we do. In the same token, those dancers have every right to feel the way they feel, right? So the next part of my notes says body positivity. So get into weight shame, right? And that you're less committed after gaining weight. And Lizzo said those words never came out of Lizzo's mouth. And Lizzo said the inconsistencies and things that never happened. And Lizzo said that she actually hired them after her weight gain. Lizzo doesn't even skinny shame people. She's inclusive to everybody. And, they talk about how this can feel very performative, right? That, I'm including big girls everywhere. I'm including, skinny people. I'm including the big boys as well. And, in the words of Erykah Badu, you're artist and you're sensitive about your ish. And it has become in 2024 where, are you real or are you fake? And it's like, you have to, it's almost like you got to jump off of Niagara Falls and make it alive just for people to believe, oh my God, they're real. Don't do that, by the way. You will not be here, okay? But seriously, it's like, how much do I have to prove in order for y'all to receive me, right? In order for y'all to embrace me. So racial discrimination, they talk about that. And she said, how can I do that when I am black. And these claims are not just about her, but it was about her production company, her dance captain, all black women. And Lizzo believes giving black people jobs in this industry. And the litigant said her people, and Lizzo used their words against them. Her people. Lizzo doesn't know why they feel this way against everyone on the tour, and she doesn't know why they feel that it's everyone, because it was an amazing tour. Band, crew, dancers are hardworking, amazing people. And so Keke asked a question of, do you feel that you are tough and that high expectations can be misconstrued? And Lizzo said that perfection is the enemy in art, and that, Lizzo wants to work hard for her craft, but also for the 20,000 people that deserve a good show. They took time, energy, and commitment out to come see you. And Lizzo brought up a good point. She said, what artists do you know that you respect that don't work hard? And that's facts. I mean, the reason why Beyonce sold out Renaissance is because she is Beyonce. Okay, she can throw down. The reason why Usher did what he did in Vegas and why he's doing what he's doing on his tour with all these damn cherries everywhere is because he is Usher. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. Like when I went to see Janet Jackson at the Rockets Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio, it was a production. I mean, from beginning to end, she did not let up. And I showed y'all some of the video and photos from that, right? So I fully agree. There's no artist out here that if they don't have the mindset of grinding for their purpose, if they don't have nerves before they do what they do, if they don't seem to have a center, right, then you do wonder about their artistry. Because like I said before on Queen Sheba's Live, the person you are should reflect in the content you create. Just keep it a buck. So the bathroom claim that somebody couldn't go, there was someone in the restroom for the whole run. And Keke asked a good question. She said, although you are the boss and you know what you are doing for your career, did you check at home base that maybe something happened at your production company or with your dance captain? And Lizzo said, if an issue was brought to me, it would have been handled. And my thing is this, right? I get that, but also too, you're the boss. So imagine you getting this amazing opportunity from Lizzo, right? And like I said, Monique, Jill Scott, Raven Simone, Raven Goodwin, Brittany Evans. There were many big girls before Lizzo. So let's get that straight. Okay. All right. Moving on. But in the same token, though, you get this big opportunity from Lizzo, and something happens at the production company, right? And you don't want to, you don't want your opportunity to be taken away by going against what the production company said. So, I can see where that can be dicey, right? Because if I get, let's just say, for example, I get an opportunity for Michael Strahan, and I get to, run Smack Entertainment social media, right? And I want to do, Seeking Movement Advancing Chance, the Seeking Movement Advancing Chances Entertainment podcast, right? And there was something that happened on production that I know is not cool, right? I know the persona of Michael Strahan, but I don't know the soul of Michael Strahan. So I don't want to mess up this great opportunity of hosting the Smack podcast by standing up for somebody. Not to say that you should never stand up for what's right. Y'all know that's who I am. But in the same token, though, like, it's the opportunity versus hidden pain at a workplace. You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of dicey. It's because you are the boss. You know what I mean? And I'm approaching this as open-minded as I can, because let me tell you, this really was it was a good interview for what it was. I mean, of course, for one, I'm glad there was a black woman interviewing Lizzo and not a black man, because I do believe, like my mama said to me, there's nothing like a black man speaking to a black son. and it's done like a black woman speaking to a black woman. So I'm glad for that. And Keke, she is an old soul, but also too, she understands this age range, right? So of course, there was some people in the comments that were saying that, it really wasn't any hard hitting questions. And it's like, when you are approaching, SA allegations, right? When you are approaching racial discrimination, when you are approaching body shaming, there is a way to ask that. And I feel like in this interview with Keke Palmer for Lizzo, it was really clearing the air from the space that Lizzo is in now. And I feel like that's what the purpose of the interview was. So what's going to be a Barbara Walters on the 22nd of September of 2023. What did you feel about this? It wasn't supposed to be a Barbara Walters interview. And I think interviews have evolved from, these big platforms, right? Like a Barbara Walters, where when Barbara sat down with somebody, it was something important that everybody needed to hear about. But I feel like now interviews are more of a vehicle to navigate a bigger part of the story. And I think that this interview really helped people navigate this story that we've heard through bits and pieces of the media. So I feel like interviews now are more clarifying platforms than platforms of solid intent, if that makes sense. So hey everybody, welcome in. We're just talking about the Lizzo Keke Palmer interview here. I'm on the section in my notes of body positivity, and we are at the point of you don't know what happened at home base. So it says here, that situation happened on the last day of the special tour, and the lawsuit was the next day after. So the album was going to be next from Lizzo. No one was employed after the last day in Japan, so there was no more shows. So there was testimonies from employees of Lizzo, and they were all under oath that those things didn't happen. And Lizzo said the media doesn't want to cover the good things. They just want to cover the bad things. So we do have a negative disposition, right? It boggles my mind when people's like, we want positive black content. And it's like, okay, well, it's being produced, but are you watching it? Sometimes it really does surprise me with a show cancellation of something good. It's like, did y'all watch it? And also, that goes to me too, because sometimes I just don't watch it. But I will say this, at least go see if I'm interested in it. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody is on this spectrum of what they want, but nobody is matching the energy of what they're asking for in media. And it gets mentally frustrating because when you are about your purpose and not seeking attention, you really do become so involved in the creation of your show and how your show is distributed, and segments, and guests, and engagement, and social media and partnerships. And you get so involved in it because in the words of a scripture from the Bible, your gift makes room for you. You know what I mean? So Keke read the claim of the assault of balling up fists, and saying, "Ooh, you so lucky." And so, Keke Palmer said, do you feel like that was maybe cultural? Now, Keke, I love you. I'm waiting for True Jackson VP revival. Okay? I am. I think GMA 3 should come back with Sarah Strahan, Keke, and Nick Jonas. Just saying. With all that being said, and like I said, Master of Me is going to be your self-help, mental health, nonprofit, foundation, and, media company for, Black people. And that's going to be huge. However, if you hear, "Ooh, you so lucky," and you feel that could be an assault, you gonna, the first thing you're gonna think, Keke, is that it's cultural. You really gonna think that? Now, I love you, but we gotta keep it a buck, because is fight or flight at that point, right? And, you know, Keke, you did laugh at that allegation. And you said, I don't mean to laugh. You caught yourself. And then, y'all talked about it again, and then you still laughed again. So it's like, Keke, I get you, you know what I mean? That maybe to you or to me or to somebody else that can seem trivial. And Keke, you always cared about people, so don't even tell you that way. But we have to get to the point where, listen, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, this is 2024. Okay. So truly, to me, that felt like a potential assault. It wasn't a direct assault. It wasn't pow, 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 pow. You know what I mean? It wasn't pow, 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 pow. But in the same token, the potential of it was there. So that's why I feel that. Hey, Coach James Hodge, good to see you, brother. Glad to have you here. So then, talking about, the plus size community and the identity of Lizzo being plus size, because Keke Mama has been plus size all her life, and that, her mama says that she hasn't been missing no meals. Keke said, when someone says the N-word, can be offensive, but you're the one that's black. If a black person says it, you can be offended, but you're the one that's black hearing it. Do you feel, you become a danger when you are just being yourself and you're sharing your vibe? And Lizzo said it's a great thing to add to a salacious headline that the assault claim was cracking knuckles. You're so lucky. So it sounds like it's an assault because that word is so aggressive and egregious and crass. You know what I mean? And so Lizzo lost 150,000 followers in one day on Instagram. And Lizzo said that, well, if I lost you, then you weren't a fan in the first place. And Lizzo said this is a part of fame that you unknowingly signed up for. And, people can't believe that someone can be boring and kind and nice. I think it's boring and nice, but I just add the kind part in there because that was basically the antithesis of her statement there. And Lizzo says she's doing this interview for the people that are supporting her, not for the 150,000 followers that she lost. I get her, but I don't, because at the beginning, middle, end of the day, this is the first time that you have ever spoken out on these allegations. So yes, those 150 people want to know the truth, right? Because we've only heard it in bits and pieces. There is a content creator named called BE, I think it's with 3 E's, the commentator. And she's an excellent content creator, created a really brilliant Lizzo documentary, was very down the line with facts. You know what I mean? So you can't blame us for what we don't know, because we weren't there with you, Lizzo. We only heard what we heard from the media. So, and the media can be skewed the way that is, and I will definitely agree with you there, but this is the first time that you've ever talked about it. So of course people are going to be curious about what you have to say. And so from August of 2023 to January of 2024, she was off social media. If anything was posted, it was her team or because of obligations. And I really believe that, because it really wasn't really too much with Lizzo on social media. And now Lizzo seeing her name in social media makes her physically unwell. And the hardest part of the fact that none of that was true. And I will agree with the fact of the case has been dismissed. She said it, that the case has been dismissed, right? And, I will say this. I think moving forward for Lizzo, I think she will be fine, because like I said before, if Kanye West could still have a career when he should be fucking canceled for good, in the words of that song from Wicked, in that song from Wicked, who can say if I've been changed for the better, but because I knew I've been changed for good. No one can say that about Kanye West. Nobody. But I do believe that with this interview, that Lizzo really did feel something from this, because, when I, saw Lizzo in the past interview, she did have a bright, bubbly, perspective, if you will, about the world and life and what she gives to it. And, in this interview, Lizzo was kind of in a shell. She was holding herself back and trying to, she was trying to slow walk it. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, this is the first time. So it definitely was a different Lizzo in this interview for sure. And that, Lizzo takes responsibility in front of and behind the scenes. And Lizzo changed one word in a song because it offended one person. She talked to her producer. They did a couple of days and people still were upset, right? And Lizzo still believes in victims, but also too that people shouldn't just say anything to just make. Shouldn't just say anything just to make money. I do agree with that, because what that ends up doing is it ruins not only your reputation, but also ruins theirs if it's not true, right? So then we get into the next part of my notes. It's called creatively, Keke said, was the flute on pause? Did you make any new music? What was going on? And so Lizzo was in the studio, but she stayed in Japan for a minute. And so I think it was a picture of her like in a garden, I think, in Japan, because I did like it. I thought she looked good in the garden. I thought she did. So Lizzo went to the studio and recorded songs that the world will never hear, because it was a dark time because of the feeling of betrayal. And, after 5 years of defending everybody, and then the media bolstered up these stories, she felt like, the rug was pulled out from under her. She was living this dream, and then it was like lights cut off. You know what I mean? And so, her therapist said to Lizzo, why do you think if people knew your heart and who you are, that they would say these stories anyway? And so Lizzo did say some of her free spirit and innocence is gone. And Lizzo and Keke had a moment here about pain. And Lizzo talked about how she slipped out her car. She didn't know where her next meal was going to come from. And, she worked through that pain to bring joy to the world. And she said that even though her feelings might be valid, it's not her ministry to bring it into the world. And she internalized it. And, I remember Keke Palmer saying this in the Shannon Sharp interview that, Keke is very private, but if she is going to talk about her life, it's going to have a purpose to help people. And Keke also said the same thing, that, she's an entertainer, that, you come to her for, light, love, laugh, giggles, and escape. So, it's not her job to bring, us her problems. So, but I do feel that, Lizzo really did, take this in for, because, sometimes we've seen celebrities that they can give two dams. They will they will do something and we all talking about, but they have moved on. They're on a yacht the next day. It's like, did you not recognize what you done? Like, okay. So the capital G, capital God, capital G in God, has her back. Jehovah Jireh, my provider, Prince of Peace, I surpass all understanding. Mama Kirkwood, and her grandmother prayed over her. And Lizzo said that there was a lesson in this, and that the lesson was massive, rather. And Lizzo loves the version of her that came out of this. And Keke said that in the entertainment industry, the world will make you invalid, void, and a one-dimensional character. And, Lizzo said that, her music is about finding your way to the joy, because you won't believe the joy if you don't see where the pain has come from, if you don't see the pain that came from. And I agree with that. I think Lizzo's music has never been, happy, joy to use, Ren and Stimpy from Nickelodeon, but I think that her music has always been an exploratory adventure. And that's why there's a difference between a singer and an artist. A singer just sings, an artist creates. And so I think that's where Lizzo came from, right? So from 2018 to 2021, Lizzo was depressed, and most of her days would be from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. Long days, but the struggle was real. So then we get to the Banana Bar. Y'all remember the banana bar where I only laugh at this because of the fact of, how this came about. Basically, that the women ate the banana out of the portal and that they were shooting bananas out of their portal and everything in between. So the banana bar is a bar in Amsterdam in the United Kingdom, and Lizzo went on her own. She went on her own. One person was a dancer / friend, and she was at a birthday party for one of the background singers. And, Lizzo, called her friend just to check in. And, Lizzo said, hey, y'all got anywhere to be in there? No, we don't have anywhere to go. It's like, you want to come to Banana Bar? I'm here. And so basically it was like 17 of them came. It was consensual, but performative, right? So it's like, would you like to do this? And, if you said yes, it was yes. If no, they moved on, right? So they came to the club. Lizzo did not bring them, according to Lizzo. They came to the club. There was no mandatory invite. Only 2 of the dancers came, even though they said that they were 3. And the Banana Bar has been around since 1945. So if they did anything crazy, that they would have been canceled by now. They would have been shut down. So, once again, the boss could be misconstrued of, I have to go, you know what I mean? Even though, I may not really want to go, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And so now Lizzo has boundaries that are as wide as the ocean. And Lizzo will still have a family style to her, she said, of bringing people in, but she will now have protections in place to keep them safe and keep her safe. So then we get to new things. The new album is done. She dropped that exclusive on Keke's podcast. And, she talks about her music and how it's alchemist. How do I get through this and talk things through? And she said there are tracks on this album that are moody, angry, sad, and dark. But February, she had a breakthrough to be true to herself, and she brought to her art. And, truth hurts, being honest can save your life. It was an Instagram post. So they talk about that, and that Lizzo has been with a therapist since 2018. Lizzo would shut down when she was upset. And she, with her therapist, have found the words and mediums to express herself. Keke has been in therapy since 17 years old. And there's this therapy called EDMR, and it was like clapping and tapping, and I don't know what that is, but Keke said that, sometimes forgetting is a gift, and she was scared of that. And, that was a funny moment. Then Keke, talked about that Lizzo says sadness can be a gift for gratitude. And so, Lizzo said, in this sadness, what can I learn from this sadness that will make me a better person? And that you have to go through the rain in order to appreciate the sunshine. And it's cliche because it's true. And so Keke then asked about Juice, and Lizzo said that Juice was about nothing. And it's funny because Keke said that SZA said that the Weeknd song was a silly song. And SZA is Lizzo's favorite songwriter. Because of her artistry. And there was a song that hit. Can't remember the name of the song, but Keke said that song, hit in a different way. Not that other people don't say nothing, but that particular song from SZA really hit the culture. And Lizzo said that there's some sloppiness in this album that listeners will hopefully appreciate. And so, they talk about, do you like to drink? And, they're both tequila girls, but Lizzo talks about champagne and tequila. Now, for last year's New Year's Eve, I did do that. I did champagne tequila. I had me a good time. So yes, champagne tequila. Yes, champagne tequila. Yes, champagne and tequila. So then we get to the end, and there is a fun game. Keke likes to play games with her guests. So there's this game called Sorry to This Man. If you guys don't know, Keke Palmer did this lie detector test with Vanity Fair, and so it was a picture of Dick Cheney, and she said, I don't know who this is. Sorry to this man. So it's become a cultural icon moment for it's become a cultural siren song for Keke. Sorry to this man. So basically, because it's Christmas, the holidays, they're playing these Christmas songs, and so you have to name the song but with flute notes. So the first one is Jingle Bell Rocks. She gets that. Then she gets All I Want for Christmas Is You, and they love Mariah Carey. And let me tell you something, Mariah is Mariah Carey. You cannot deny her of her talent. Like, she is the 1 to the 2 to be the 3 or activate the 3. There was another song called Last Christmas. She didn't get that, so she had to say sorry to this man. Then the next song, it was Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, but Lizzo said Frosting Around the Christmas Tree. But you know what, though? People do get frosty and toasty around the tree. You know what I mean? Because, frosty, there could be some coldness around the tree. You got family members that can't stand each other. But then there's some people that get toasty around the tree on liquor and emotions. There it is. But she had to say sorry to this man. But I think Keke gave it to her. Then the next one was Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. She got that one. So then they talked about favorite Christmas movies. Keke's is indeed A Christmas Carol with Vanessa Williams. And so then Lizzo said that it is her 2 favorite movies. It's The Holiday with Jack Black and Jude Law. And then The Preacher's Wife with Denzel Washington and Whitney Houston. And then, of course, Santa Claus, Tim Allen. And it was a great interview. And Keke said, you got to come back more often. So Keke asked, when the new album comes out, can you come back and, give me the first listen? Keke, you'll get the first listen before we get the first listen. Of course she'll come back. And then Lizzo did a singer and said, they're looking for the Joe Rogan on the left. And Keke said, I actually live for this. And I'm like, oh my God. Do we really need a Joe Rogan on the left? Jesus. So that is that, y'all. That is your Lizzo Keke Palmer interview after show. I really felt that this interview was really well done. I thought that, the majority of the questions got asked. I mean, of course, she did get dismissed, but I think also too, this was the first time that Lizzo has been able to speak at all in this version of who she is now. So I think it took mental work to know who she is as a person before she came back to the lights, the cameras, and the action of the culture there. So yes, indeed. So that is that there. We're going to take just a little bit of a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Virtual Tour Live right after this, bro.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez? Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you are found. I come from nothing. Our God is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
I'm see that. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with joy.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. The Lizzo Keke Palmer interview after show. We just got done reviewing it together here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like I said, this was a good interview. I'm very proud of Keke Palmer. She has always been her own person. I mean, just, jump in, True Jackson VP. She had her own Disney pilot. She had, her own talk show on BET, the youngest talk show host ever. Then she worked on ABC with Michael Strahan and Sarah Haynes, and been in movies and done music, and now Key TV, and just Master of Me, which is going to be, I think Master of Me is going to be Keke's second act. And not that she's acting, but you know what I mean by second act. I mean the next chapter in Keke's career. So yeah, I really was proud of Keke for getting this, because the allegations are real, although the case is dismissed. She's dismissed from the case. I don't know if the dancers are still fighting, but the fact that Keke was able to take a very serious topic, find the humor where she could, because it really wasn't a lot of humor to add, but where she could. And, I got to give credit to Lizzo too for, finally coming out. And, I don't think we give people enough love, grace, and space to be reflective and be still and take time to think things through before they make a movement, because your movement can determine your rise and your demise. So, I'm glad that Lizzo, came out. And yeah, so, I wish everybody well. I think that, 2025 can be anybody's year. And listen, we've all been through too damn much, honestly, since 2020. So I do wish everybody well. Although, like Issa Rae said, I'm rooting for everybody black. We gotta change that. We gotta root for people black that deserve it, who take responsibility, who support others, who are not pretenders and spectators, but who are participators rather, and who are really about their purpose, not for image, but for the community. And finally, we got to bring shame back. We got to bring standards and requirements back. So yes, I root for black people who do all those things. The right is right and wrong is wrong. That's just me. That's just me. But yes, indeed. Hey, three people, welcome in. Colton James Hodge. Thank you so much, brother. I am so glad that we met on Ready to Love, and we will be back with new episodes. Very excited to get the gang back together here. Talk with Solana, Dr. Ucha, GG9, my main man Q, and myself. I was privileged enough to find that group of good people there, because Solana, Dr. Ucha, Talk with Solana, and GG9, they were already doing their thing, and Q got in touch with them, and GG, because me and GG talk, and we're actually, real friends. We talked every day. Like, we have each other's number, like, for real. And so GG asked, like, hey, do you watch Ready to Love? I'm like, no, I don't. But, if you watching it, hey, I'm open. And it's been a blessing in my life ever since. So you do find good people on here. And like I said, just stick on your square. Stick on your square. You know what I mean? I do want to do some math though, real quick. Just want to do some math very quick because, I know that sometimes not having your faculties, not understanding the magnitude of how you move, and also too, when you do too much to others, you don't want to really deal with the ramifications of your existence. But I just wanted to do some math real quick here. So 2,820 subscribers minus 799 subscribers. That's a difference of 2,021 subscribers. When you can't do what someone else does, it really showcases in your actions. Anyway. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you here. Let me tell you right now, it is live and popping on YouTube. Kicking It with Courtney is live. Queen Sheba is live. Sassy TV from the AO3 is live. T-Talk with your, wait, did I say that right? I think T-Talk with your girl is live. I think I said that. They are all live, talking about Akeisha quitting on Carlos King's live tonight. And apparently Coleslaw may be on. I got to catch up on that because I didn't see that part. But Akeisha, well done to you. Like I said, if I had a wife on this toxic show, I'll be the husband and say the same damn thing. And, for everybody saying, oh, that's crass, this, that, and the third, then you go on the damn show. Oh, wait, most of y'all were born with no purpose, no value, and nobody wants you in a life where there are no cameras. So why would somebody want to see you with cameras? Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, Lord. Man. Oh, Lord. It's a lot going on in the world today, ain't it? Oh, man. By the way, we reviewed Queen's Court Season 2, Episode 10 tonight. Catch up on that. That was a good time there. And then also too, like I said, this morning show as well was a good one as well. Matt Gates drones, Aaron Gale drone firm, replay, HBCU Queens, Peter Thomas, the New York settlement, and then the New York subway incident. So check that out too. Of course, 3 with the T. We did that Sunday. Then if you missed the horrid interview, look at So Is This What We Doing? And then, of course, the news of that the interview was going to be out. Of course, check that out. So you guys got some content to catch up on. And then gag is I'll have an all-new show for you tomorrow at 6 p.m. So we got other content over here. Unlike others who have different conversations at different times of day that amount to shit. Just like the piece of shit that they are as a person. Anyway. Lord Jesus. I've never seen so many people afraid, losing their rabbit ass mind and just off their rocker of a 30-year-old checking you pound for pound, fist for fist, soul for soul, and you can't do shit about it. I've never seen it so bad. I really need that. Steve Harvey says somebody falls down the stairs and you see a guy wrote that joke for you. I believe sometimes God allows you to see curses that he saved you from. If you see a curse and you know it's a curse, God, showed that to you to let you know your life is a-okay. You may not be where you want to be. You may not have all that you want to have. You may not feel like you know, are there in life, but at least you ain't cursed. You a blessing. With that being said, we've done the show for over a whole hour, so I'm gonna turn my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Woo! 1 full hour of original content. That's what we do. That's what we do. And that's what we do. Yes, indeed. But yep, we are just chilling. Yes, indeed. Like I said, I'll be here until 1:10 with y'all to give y'all a little love, grace, and space. Our chill down time. But I really like I said, I really enjoyed that interview, and like I said, I wanted to see what y'all thought. If y'all wanted to talk about it, and like I said, y'all got 3 shows. I got 3 shows in one day today, but I was happy to do it. I was happy to do it. So yes, indeed. Oh man. Oh man. So yep, we'll be here for 10 minutes and then we'll head on out. But yeah, this was a good time. This was a very good time. So like I said, I don't know how many other content creators really talked about this interview with Lizzo. You know what I mean? I think you know, it only came out like 3 days ago, the interview, so people may just be getting around to it now. But I saw an article from Variety saying that she was going to do an interview on Keke Palmer. Remember that night I told y'all that? Oh, wait till y'all see this destination. So that was this one. So yes, indeed. But yes, indeed, y'all. Just chilling. Hey, 3 people, welcome in. We are here just chilling out. I do know about the news, everybody. I saw the news live. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I really did. Oh my God. man, oh man, oh man. I really enjoyed that. That was great. But yep, we are here just chilling, y'all. Glad to have you here. If you did see the Keke Palmer interview with Lizzo, we just reviewed it here. So we're just chilling out until 1:10, and I'm going to give y'all a bonus motivator. And then we'll head on out. But yeah, YouTube is losing it. Do you hear me? Well, Bell Collective did just get renewed, but now it's like, with OWN renewing it, it's like, well, what's that going to do to OWN? I wonder how OWN is feeling right now. One of your talent quit live on the executive producer show. Oh my Lord. It was wonderful. Oh my Lord, it was wonderful. It was great. What else? Can top, Akeisha, way to go, Carlos King Live. Like, what else can really top that? Like, it's not really too much. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. That was hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Almost there, y'all. Almost there to 1:10, and then we will head on out. What a night tonight. What a night tonight. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Man, just what a night tonight. Oh, these streets are running. Do you hear me? They are running. They are running. They are running. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. Man, oh man, oh man. Good deal. Almost there to the 1:10 mark, y'all. Almost there. Couple more seconds. All right, y'all, we're there now. Here is the motivator for you. Recognize that for all the control you think you have, there's always a chance that you can fall. For all the control you think you have, there's always a chance you can fall. For all the control you think you have, there's always a chance you can fall. And I say that because truly at the beginning, middle, end of the day, what happened tonight was basically putting in place that I matter, that there is a line, and either you will respect it or I will respect myself with what happened with Akeisha tonight. So the first thing I will tell you about, just because you feel like you have control doesn't mean you can't fall, is always recognize that the range of your control depends on how much people invest in you. Because guess what? You can be invested in, but people not being able to stand you. That's the first thing. The second thing of just because you feel like you have control doesn't mean that you can't fall is that it's almost like a paint palette, and you have all the colors on the paint palette, and you know how you take one paint color and you start painting, and then you take another one, then you take another one, then you take another one. It really does become overwhelming after a while, because guess what? All the colors start to blend. If you appreciate each color and you take your time for each color, you will eventually be able to paint something beautiful. But if you are just doing anything and everything, you will lose control because of the carelessness that you are, displaying of yourself. And finally, like I said, the third thing about just because you have the power doesn't mean that you can't fall. The real work is not when you are the highest known, when you are able to do this, that, the third, but it is when you really have to go through something to be humbled enough to know, okay, am I really am who I say I am, or am I about what I would like to believe? Am I who I say I am, or am I about the image? Am I who I say I am, or I am about my image? If you are about your image, then you will always fall, because images are broken. They're only manufactured based on resources. But if you are about who you are, the masterpiece will always be a masterpiece, because the art in that masterpiece is how you take responsibility. So, with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Once again, know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessing and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why it's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we'll be great together. And always remember, to radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're just recognizing that, hey, listen, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, maybe you need to recognize that you need them more than they need you. And you should never be so high about yourself that you forget that you can fall down. Because let me tell you something. Whether it is a what they call it, not a trampoline, but whether it's an airbag, those airbags when they do those stunts, whether it's an airbag or concrete, guess what? You're still gonna fall. So if you're going to fall into anything, make sure you are falling in a way that when you do fall, there's cushion. Because if you give hate and you fall down on concrete, that's because nobody wanted to provide an air cushion for you to make it. And if you give love and that air cushion is there when you fall, it's because you have always been there to put air cushions underneath others when they're struggling. Commercial break and fireworks are coming your way. Always remember, when see love, you gotta give it. See love, you gotta give it. See love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you overcome, wherever success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one's proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. Always recognize that someone's truest identity comes out when they have no identity. The truest identity of someone will always come out when they have no identity. The truest identity will always come out when they have no identity. On my Christmas tree, it says believe. It said the main word in believe is be. In order to believe that you can be something, you first have to be about what you believe. And finally, always remember, if somebody tries to try you, just think about where they are in life. Because 10 times out of 10, the people that can't stand you, they got more behind them in terms of opportunities that they lost because of their own behavior than what's in front of them, because they will never change. And that is mindset, and that's also on age. Some people are closer to the grave than to the cradle to start life. Rest in where you are, rest in knowing who you are, rest in whose you are. Because if you got all that, let them go to their grave, socially or otherwise. Because I promise you, you're not their biggest enemy. Because if they're a pain to deal with on social media, can you imagine the hell, chaos, and destruction that they are in real life? Sometimes what you think is God ain't listening, God is always looking out for you, even when you don't see it. And you're not supposed to see it, because if you saw the magnitude of how much it took to protect you, you would be scared of what could get through that wall to get to you. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's coming, for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you. Y'all have a wonderful night. Have a Merry Christmas Eve. Love you all. Bye-bye. And have a good Christmas day. And let's end this year on a good note. But hey, we got a good start with Keisha, let herself go on Carlos's life. That's what you get. You fucking Mitch. Bye, everybody. By the way, that was a hurricane. Raindrops. Ooh, on. I hope you're paying attention. Because it looks like you might need some new partnerships and some new producers to produce new shows and some new content. Because maybe the well has dried up with Carlos Game. Bye, everybody.
working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez, Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy and blue, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you were found. I come from nothing. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We always got it.
Hang on, I am right here. I am right here. I was into the show. I'm right here. Good Lord Jesus. I'm right here, Mood Makers. How are you, my friend? Braylon, where are you at? I'm right here. I am live and direct. Jesus Christ. Y'all really want me to talk about what happened? Because I can. It's just... I mean, listen. It is what it is. Drop the link. I mean, okay. I mean... Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. Oh my Lord Jesus. I mean, if you really want me to, we could talk about it now, or I can start a new live. I mean, it's only gonna take me a couple of seconds to do the thumbnail. Okay, here she is, everybody. Long time no hear. How are you?
Oh, my friend. Merry Christmas. I cannot. I didn't even get a chance to know what's going on with this Keke Palmer, Lizzo. I'm going to have to go back and watch the interview. But, I just saw a clip of Akeisha. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. Yes.
Okay. I just saw a clip of Akeisha quitting Bell Collective on that darn messy Monday.
Yes. 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 I was there live when it happened, and I am here for it.
Oh my God, it was so good.
I'm here for it.
I'm so here for it. I said she was my absolute favorite because she's staying on business, baby.
Yep. No, absolutely, without question.
Oh, and Dustin said that was the message on this Monday. He's sick of them darn subliminal messages too.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, tell you the truth. I mean, listen. After the review, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do, because I know everybody's talking about this right now. Do you mind if you come back? Because I'll make a new live.
Yes,
If y'all
okay.
really want to talk
Yes,
about it.
because I didn't see nobody, baby. We need to talk about this.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment, because I gotta y'all know how this works. I gotta make the thumbnail and then do StreamYard and
Yes, okay. Okay, friend. I'm gonna be lucky.
the things I do for y'all, for real. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Ah! Give me a moment, y'all. Just give me a moment. Like I said, I am right here, y'all. Like literally, I literally just came on to do this review of Keke Palmer and Lizzo. I didn't expect nothing else tonight, but this is the vibe. Jesus Christ. This is before Christmas Eve. The things I do. Ow. Okay, hang on. I gotta think. Hang on. Oh my God, hang on, y'all. I can't do this. Oh my Lord, okay. I gotta do this right, y'all. I gotta do this right. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Let me save as. Things I do for you. I swear to God. I swear to God. Okay. Uploads. There we go. Okay. Let me do this text. Jesus. Hang on, I got that. Oh my Lord. Okay, hang on, y'all. All right. Give me a moment. Let me do this. All right. I'm going to try to be on for an hour for y'all with this, okay? So we'll. Ah. All right, y'all, give me a moment. I'm downloading the thumbnail now. Give me a moment. StreamYard. All right, give me a moment, y'all. Let me do. So this is what we'll do, right? Because I usually do the outro and everything. So I will do the outro, and then I'm going to make it do what it do. Okay. So yeah, hang on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. 10 o'clock. Upload thumbnail. How is Monday night working out for you, Carlos, on YouTube? Is it working good? King hashtag LAMH hashtag reality TV topics news sector hashtag hashtag y'all know what it is. Get in here. We gotta talk about some things. We're gonna be here a while, aren't we? The things I do for y'all. Let's get into it. The things I do for y'all. Let's get into it. Great live stream. All right, y'all. One love, much love, all love. I'm going to end it with the fireworks here, and I'll meet you guys over in just a little bit. All right, bye-bye.